Hello and welcome. My name is Jessica Gem, and in today's video, we dive back into the drama. Quick warning, this video contains dark themes. Kima and Light rush over to where Linnell is kneeling next to Rael, having just stabbed her in the back with the deicide dagger, and see that the wound goes all the way through her body. Rael clutches her chest, looking at her daughter who stands by as Kima lifts her up, bringing her towards the house. As she's being taken away, Rael looks at Linnell with love and sorrow and says, "It's not too late to make the right decision." Meanwhile inside, Quinn is still attempting to stop the bleeding arm of Archie, now with bandages, but they are quickly being soaked through as Sachi keeps trying healing magic on him to no effect. We realize that it isn't working, and Quinn asks Alyssa if she knows how to get to the River of Unmaking. She's already been there, so she's unable to find it again, and she says the journey could take days or more, which Archie no longer has. At this moment, Kima arrives carrying the bleeding Rael, keeping pressure on the wound with very little success. He tells them that they have to get to the pool, which Quinn also agrees as he remembered hearing of it while he was trying to think of solutions. Kima asks Alyssa to go outside and check on Light and Linnell, since Linnell had read the book. Quinn tells Kima what happened in the 5-ish minutes he was gone while they quickly draw the circles for teleportation. On the slips of parchment, Quinn writes the location next to the Pool of Salvation on the Celestial Plane, and we arrange those who don't fit in the circle in bags of holding for the moment. We light the slips of paper, igniting the circles. Upon appearing, we see a doorway, carved into a pillar of marble on the top of a mountain. We can see runic symbols written on it, but still seem to be on the material plane. Deciding there's no time to decipher them, Kima picks up Rael in one arm and Archie in the other and heads to the door. Sachi follows behind, and Quinn takes her hand and squeezes it. "No one dies until I allow them to die," comforts Quinn, as he has said several times before. As we open the door, we see endless stars in the darkness, as well as a rope bridge receding off into the space until we can no longer see its form. We start across, going as fast as we can, with Quinn assisted by a haste spell to keep up with the others, until it runs out and Sachi swoops them up again, earning another squawk of surprise. We run for an hour before a doorway becomes visible in the distance. Sachi flutters in front of the others and pulls the door open, revealing a blue, yellow, and white sky, twisting like an aurora. The others realize they are now able to fly as they cross the threshold to the Celestial Plane. We don't see the pool anywhere, but now that we're on the right plane, we can attempt teleportation once more. Kima gets the others into bags of holding again and travels next to the Pool of Salvation. He arrives near a golden pool, where he sees several creatures flying up in the air nearby. One of them notices him and immediately starts heading his way. Kima pulls Rael out of the bag of holding first, and right as he finishes pulling Archie out, the creature arrives. It is very tall, with shiny skin and golden wings. A true celestial.
"Halt,"
it says as it approaches. Kima tells him that the two with him are dying, and he needs to get them into the pool right away. The Celestial says that the Aasimar, Rael, may enter, but Archie may not because he doesn't have Celestial blood. Kima begins lowering her into the pool, and he asks for an exception for Archie, as he has done much good on the material plane, and has dedicated his life to helping others. While the creature considers this, Archie jumps into the pool. Kima assists him with a telekinetic shove, and the Celestial reacts swiftly and decisively, striking him with his axe.
"Yield."
Kima holds up his hands in surrender, and as he does so, the being slices his hands clean off, to disarm the wizard, whose weapons are his hands. Meanwhile, Sachi and Quinn have climbed their way out of the bag, and see this unfold before them. Sachi calls out as Kima loses consciousness from his wounds, and the being tells them to yield as he stops the bleeding. He makes us hand over our weapons, and Quinn does so as I stand between the being and Kima. It talks to me in Divine, but I'm unfamiliar with the language. However, Quinn understands, and so he switches to conversing with him instead. He tells us to see to Kima's wounds as he retrieves Archie and Rail from the pool. He tells us that if all goes well, Kima's arms will be restored with the water, and if not, then he will be slaying us all. As Archie and Rail were taken out of the pool, we see that everything they had on was dissolved by the water. Sachi quickly covers Rail with her wings, and Archie summons new clothes for them both. He then goes to Kima and heals his hands. Quinn goes to Archie and reminds him that no one dies before he tells him to. Archie pats him on the head and he freezes, blushing to the tips of his ears as he short-circuits.
Good job, Quinn.
They stand frozen for a full half-minute as Sachi hugs Rail, relieved that she's alright. The Celestial asks where they are from, and gets Quinn to tell us all to hand over our items. He tells him that his name is Entia, and opens a portal, instructing us all to step through. As we cross the portal, we see a giant temple, and he leads us through 75-foot-tall stone doors to the interior. Inside, we see a line of beings, which is where people wait until their case is heard by the judge of this place. It takes about 12 to 15 hours to get through all the cases in front of us. Quinn makes light talk with Entia, and also tells Sachi that her family is alright, so it's okay to rest now, when he sees how worried she is. She replies that not all of them are, but Quinn reminds her to focus on one problem at a time, and right now, that is being judged. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've soothed your metaphorical wounds. If you enjoyed this video, please grant me a like, and if you'd like to see some more of my art, subscribe to join me. That's all for now, so farewell, and have a wonderful day.